this is day one of my journey through hiking the John Muir Trail, and I'm gonna only hike around 11 miles today. So I will hike past Cottonwood Lakes, and then I will climb over New Army Pass, and then I will make camp at a place called Rock Creek Campsite. There's a bear box there, good flowing water, and trees for hanging my hammock. So that is going to be day one. What a surreal experience arriving at the Cottonwood Lakes trailhead. You know, I've seen probably 100 YouTube videos of northbound JMT thru-hikers, you know, just trying to get a lay of the land and what I'm about to experience over the next couple weeks. But actually being here, seeing some of these trailhead signs pointing to Cottonwood Lakes, I think we're in the Golden Trout Wilderness, you know, seeing these signs, it's making it all real, you know, very, very surreal moment, as I am now hiking the trails that I've been watching for probably the last 2 years. And, you know, I just cannot wait to just see how this trail unfolds before me, and looking to have the adventure of a lifetime. So the Inyo National Forest is where I got my permit. And there's a bunch of different trailheads in the Inyo National Forest where you can get different permits for different areas. But the Cottonwood Lakes and the Cottonwood Pass are the two that you can get that will take you all the way, will allow you to go all the way to Happy Isles in the Yosemite Valley. We have come to a fork in the road. Looks like to the right, down that way, is going actual to the Cottonwood Lakes. And off to the left over here is heading up New Army Pass. So that's what I am doing. I'll be heading up New Army Pass. That'll be my first pass of the trip. Not my first pass on the JMT. I believe that's Forester that I'll be doing in a few days. I got a lot to do before I even get to that, you know, like climb Mount Whitney. But yeah, so I'm about 4 miles in, and a couple more, I think, to the top of the pass. Like I said, I'm about 4 miles into the trail, and I'm trying to set small milestones for me each day that are going to help me through this. Like I've mentioned in other backpacking videos that I have, is there's a big mental game to this, at least for me. And a couple things that I struggle with in general on backpacking trips is stopping for breaks and being hydrated, you know, drinking enough while I'm on the trail. And so I told myself, you know, every mile that I'm going to get something to drink, take a sip or two, and just continue to rehydrate myself throughout the day. And then every 4 miles, I'm going to actually take the pack off my shoulders for about 5 minutes, you know, eat some snacks. I got some, you know, some peanuts here, cashews, almonds, peanuts. So that'll get a little salt in me, and then drink, you know, this is that 7-Eleven drink, Replenish. I love it. It's great. So that's what I'm going to try to do each day, is make sure that I stop and drink frequently to stay hydrated and just kind of get the pack off my shoulders, so I'm not just always racing to camp and enjoying, you know, because I'm here by a beautiful stream. So I'm probably going to chug back some water while I'm here too, just to get ready for the push up to New Army Pass. And hopefully these little milestones each day are going to help me get through the day, you know, as I'm always kind of looking forward to something. As for the trip, I have bigger milestones. You know, like today was just get to the trailhead, you know, all the bus routing and transferring and, you know, shuttle driving. I was just, milestone number one was to get to the Cottonwood Lakes trailhead, and that was a success. Milestone number 2 is to get over New Army Pass for today, and so far the weather looks great. Doesn't look like there's any issues with that. And then just make it into camp. Make it into camp this first night with no incident, and just get ready to hike over the next couple weeks on the John Muir Trail. Now I just want to take advantage of every moment and not try to rush through this. Like I said, I have about 16, maybe 17 days that I'm going to complete this, but I don't want to rush through it. I don't want to rush through day to day and feel like, all right, another day down. I don't want this to seem like a job. I want to enjoy every mile of it. We've made it to the top of New Army Pass. Like a lot of long switchbacks, and I was trying to figure out. And then all of a sudden, boom! I felt like I was on top of it, which I guess is a good thing. Those switchbacks are pretty well graded. But all right, let's make our way down and go find Rock Creek. Well, I have finally made it down to the Rock Creek area, and it's the first time I've had any decent shade since the lower part of the Cottonwood Lakes. And ooh, that sun is brutal. So I'm glad I've brought the gear that I have. It's going to be like that for the trip. And then coming down from that pass, man, it was just, the wind was beating me. So I just put in my earbuds and listened to some rock and roll music and pounded it out until I got here, until the Rock Creek area. So this area in here is beautiful. Looks like I have about a mile till I get to where the bear box is around Rock Creek. But hiking like this, views like that, that mile's gonna go by in a real hurry. Wow. What an awesome meadow. A bit windy. Alright, I think the campsites are right in those set of trees beyond the meadow. We have found the bear box, so now I just gotta find me a good campsite. Looks like there's water back there at the pond by the meadow, and plenty of trees around here. Just want to get out of this wind a little bit if I can, and Get a little protection from that wind, because it's been blasting all afternoon. I'm ready to get out of it. All right, let me stop yapping. Let me find a campsite. Just a quick shot of my campsite. Really nothing, just 2 trees, right? 2 trees. Like I said, I have the spider daisy chains, which are great. I brought the Dutch chameleon with the jacks are better. Underquilt that is zipped on, and that is fantastic. Awesome day. I feel pretty good, you know. I feel like I always do after hiking about 13 miles over a pass, over 12,000 feet. You know, my body aches, it's sore, but that's pretty normal for, you know, for this type of day. So that's no concern. The body feels good. Just a long day in general, you know, getting up and then getting a bus from Mammoth to Bishop, and then a transfer at Bishop to Lone Pine, and then my shuttle driver taking me all the way up to Cottonwood Lakes. It was pretty cruisy, you know. I was feeling good. It was probably 11 o'clock in the morning. Beautiful day, probably about 70 degrees. And it's just a slow climb up to New Army Pass. I think I climbed about maybe 2,800 feet today in elevation. And, you know, Cottonwood Lakes are beautiful. And then that pass, you know, I mean, 12,300 ain't no joke starting off. But it was, you know, long switchbacks. And so it wasn't like steep, but it was just slow and grinding all the way up there. It was beautiful, looking down onto Cottonwood Lakes, but it was a bit of a grind getting up there. And then as soon as you get up there, right, you start heading down, and you head down this steep pass. And there, you know, I saw, man, probably a dozen marmots and little baby ones too. So I was thinking, this has got to be Marmot Mountain. But, you know, it's pretty steep coming down. And then you come and see the grove of trees where the Rock Creek area begins. And that's when I started heading down. But coming down was, you know, was good. No issues there. Coming into the Rock Creek area was beautiful. There are a couple of little meadows there with these awesome backdrops of these jagged mountains. And then the meadow that's here by my campsite. It's beautiful. I mean, that's the view that I have right now, is that meadow and that pond. And it is stunning. But, you know, I am wore out just trying to get to the trailhead and then hiking 13 miles and conquering that, you know, that pass today. I think I'm just about ready to hit the bed. So that's going to do it for day 1. You know, it was a fabulous day, and, you know, just taking it one day at a time and just looking forward to tomorrow. All right, see you in the morning. Here we are, Crabtree Meadows. Nice. A lot of great hammock spots all over the place.